Back to work. Um, whew. Selfishness sure sucks and it sure is fucking uncomfortable. Um, Addicts, I don't understand them. With it's I sat and watched some of the Oscars last night, and it's obvious, how the parents affect the children. That they have the same brain chemical addiction. You know, they were sitting there celebrating Rob Reiner and Robert Redford and all this other stuff. And it's like, that's not the solution to all our problems. Living truthfully so we can live faithfully and live peacefully is the solution to all our problems. More propaganda movies. And it's, sometimes you sit there and think to yourself, because of their acute paranoia and their cloning and they're building robots and stuff, that it's like, is this person really dead, or did they get a clone with plastic surgery and are living somewhere in Mexico or on a fucking Bill Gates's island in British Columbia, right? That's how you think, because they're nuts, right? And then you sit there and go, or is it just more likely that the case that they just try to set up better genetic sequencing through stem cell research and robotics, and just they're tired of life, want to be young again, want to be leaner, healthier, whatever, and they're just doing genocide operations, and so there's lots of different options that go through your mind. What are they up to? Not that it really matters, because like we discussed yesterday, you take a clone. It's just trapping the soul and putting it in the insanity of Ryan Gosling being friends with a CGI rock person thing. Propaganda, propaganda. And you're like, really? You'd rather do this than live the Lord's Prayer? Yeah, because they're brain chemical addicts. Okay, it's the game. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of their rivals. They're addicted to the game, even if they'd rather die. Apparently, this is what it feels like. They'd rather die than not be able to play their game. That life, the way Parsons is talking, would be boring, and it would just be consistently boring. It's like, don't you think it'd be more boring with you having your Sheldons put their brains on robots and then go discover the universe all the time and find it's very similar and the same, and it's boring, and there's no sex, and there's no Amy, and there's no kid deciding whether or not for a week to get Xbox or a PlayStation or both, or oh shit, they're totally insane. They're sick. And then, like Rockefeller proved it to him. I had options. You know, I chose to suffer with the poor and the untalented and can't dance and can't sing and can't bawl and can't rap. I chose to protect all the quote untalented from the talented, because they're given life by God too, right? And then I get vilified by both sides. What are you not? How come you don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and Cy Stallone? Because they're assholes. Why do you like them? They don't care if you live or die. The only time they care if you live or die is if it's for a photo op and a press opportunity to make it look like they're actually a human being. I'm a real boy, right? And a lot of people know it and get jaded. It's like, well, and you're jaded. Why are you jaded? Because you're fat, you're untalented, you can't sing, you can't rap, you can't dance, you can't, I can't dance, I can't sing, right? You can't ball. So you either hate them all and want to kill them all, or you live vicariously through them. Okay? Just forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. So you won't have to live vicariously through them, and you won't have to hate them all, because you won't know particularly what they're doing unless you're really particularly interested. But since money's not an issue and there's no advertising extortion, so instead of going to watch commercials and dream and go to school, learn how you're going to be bake you popper, make you king, won't die lonely. Hey, Philip Wembley, I'm alive. Yeah, what's left forever? And so I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche. Let's do the fandango. Thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Galileo, Figaro. So it once you eliminate all human selfishness and narcissism through competition, Life is going to be radically different. Star Trekkers, Star Warsers, Star Trekkers, Star Warsers. No misery. No Kathy Bates torturing the clone of James Caan, right? Why? You're not distracting yourself living vicariously through other people. You have a relationship with someone, somewhere, somehow. If not, Kathy Bates' character dies off the face of the planet. I guess. I don't know. What? Her whole... No, and then they have all these videos on YouTube, too, where they talk about all these ghost towns. It's like, yeah. And if you go there, it's like going to the cliff dwellings in the Gila, and it's like going to other places. It's miserable. When they had the things about the ghosts in the prison and scaring everybody out. Yeah, because there's men and women and children. They scare them out. Get out of here. This is a horrible fucking place. There's no good memories here at all. This is an incarceration prison. Men were sodomized, raped, brutalized, murdered. The memories, do you have to let it linger? I'm because other people own the planet and killed everybody so they could have the talent and the money and to have sex with all the narcissistic girls in the houses with the pools and the indoor swimming pools made with Greek things and tile brought in there, and there's marble on the floor. And we live in a 2-story house. And then I live, it's always warm in Southern California. And she looks at things, saying bar and going to work, and he's looking at everything that he can survey he owns. What a success and failure story. Which one, The 2-story house or Southern California? Both. What about the 4033? That only exist if your brain chemical addicted to your local football team. Are they still getting down where we used to go and dance? Will our Bob Cook independent? Do you think they stand a chance? And tell me, brother, how in the world have you been? Right? When will people start really getting together again? They won't. They never were together. Together again? Oh, fuck. She's going to torture me till we die because I'm not going to become the guy she wants me to be because I'm not as successful as she is. I'm not a power couple man. Right? Fuck! Oprah, pass me some pie. Thank you. Let's stay home and make our own pies instead of go to Marie Callender's or Village Inn. Because they're billionaires. They don't give a fuck about anything except selling food and putting the girl from the Real Housewives of whatever with the other, and you're part of our fraternity. It's like, you're a bunch of fucking idiots, bumping uglies in hell, giving birth to kids that inherit the insanity that you're addicted to. Hey, want to watch Princess Bride? Hey, want to watch Misery? Hey, want to watch the laughter of the way we were. Make it stop. No, make it stop. Yes. No, make it stop. No. Their lives are miserable. Okay? And they're always complaining about it. The life and sad ending of Nancy Wilson. The life and sad ending of Aretha Franklin. The life and sad ending of James Garner. It's the life and the horrible. The Dustin Diamond dead. When Dana Plato dead. Drug addiction, heart failure, hard life. There's the Hyde. Sexually grooming and taking advantage of Mario Lopez doing the same to Lark version. She's crazy. No, this bitch is crazy. We didn't have sex with her. It's like, if she asked you to have sex with her, would you have sex with her? Because if she asked me to have sex with her, I would have had sex with her. Okay. Yeah. She's cute, right? And if Mario Lopez wanted to have sex with her and she asked, I think they would. Oh. But it would get, confusing because they were young and everything was coming at them. And they're in a sex-manipulated, driven organization of propaganda, using sex to manipulate people, draw them in. They've been doing it for hundreds of thousands of years. Ask Richard Dawkins. He's brilliant. Okay, there's a war. There's money. Gotta now start killing people because we don't want the surplus population, and these people are perverts. And, okay, have you tried living the Lord's Prayer yet? I'm sure Krishnamurti and Suzuki were talking about the same thing, but since 2009, you had the guy from the Bible that you tortured, and then now eventually he's going to turn into a wackadoodle insane person like you. I feel like it. I feel like I already got there by January 22nd, 2013, and I've been wackadoodle insane ever since. You're being facetious and sarcastic. Yeah, have you figured that one out yet? It's been since January 22nd, 2013 that I fulfilled the timetable of all rabbinic documents to say, hey, post-apocalypse, hey, he's the Messiah, hey, he's the way, the truth, and life, hey, let's do it, Lord's Prayer now, yay! Right? Now it's the day after Jordan's birthday, 2026, and we're still doing NIL. That sucks. Doesn't it, though? Is it just me? Or is it everybody, right? I finally, after playing with it, I should have saw when James did it. You could create a coach, and it says, a warning, you'll replace a CPU coach. I was like, oh. So, I mean, all this time I could have been playing the Dynasty with, but I've done it in basketball, the 2K, whatever, you can have multiple coaches. I don't know if you can do it in, what's the name of that one? NCAA Basketball 2010. We'll find out. We'll see. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bop, shimmy, shimmy, bop. I think you can do it in 2K. Do you care? Well, yeah, then, I could do like NAU and Southern Utah. Anybody else? Is there no one else? Who else would I want to do? No, major college basketball programs, communities in the mountains that. No, everybody else is in larger metroplexes where there's not, a lot of John Denver type thing going on. I guess he'd rather be in Colorado. It's Utah and Northern Arizona, but they're similar. They're very similar to Colorado. The Colorado schools? No, they're in too big of a population, pollution metroplexes right now. Wouldn't have wanted to do time there until, you guys finally say, hey, that's the guy from the... No, because he's a basketball coach. He'd been famous. People know who he was. You mean Southern Utah's basketball coach is the guy who's like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John from 5 rabbinic documents? Yeah. It's got to be somebody. Okay. Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. It's got to be somebody, right? Blaise Pascal. It's got to be somebody, right? They could do the science. They could trace signals. Yes, Pascal is, yes. Blaise Pascal. What? Trains and boats and planes. Migration. Boom, oh! Yeah. And they migrate in different patterns because Saladin is also, he's Kurdan. And then Pascal is, women, they just diaspora. Oh, Richard Dawkins will explain it to you. Okay. Or Danny DeVito. Been a slice, Herc. Saw through that in a Peloponnesian minute. Right. They've been understanding genetics and genetic sequencing since probably for hundreds of thousands of years. That's why they do the rape, murder, kill thing. And, and people, they're not trying to make sense of it. They're addicted to the way that makes me feel, the way you make me feel. And so there's no, I just have to not hopefully, I'm certain, as the Jordan and the curtain, the Zamp and the lamp and the Neller and the Bella and the Deller and Swirl and the Newthcross on the toothbrush too, that I will, in eternal spirit, eventually correct the egregious brain chemical addiction activities that put the planet and species at risk. I'm pretty certain. I feel communications in the future. As far as the present, no, they don't want me to know because it's so lonely and painful and abusive, and you get attached and you think, I just put out feelers, and that's what Rockefeller, said, they'll glad, and I've been on, social media, and you do know. So when I'm saying, you actually know, because, life's eternal, grace is infinite, and my videos in the future are more popular and shared throughout things like higher education places where you guys still play football and basketball. Hey, okay, okay, it's July 16th. He only does people, how much time do people sit there streaming Bachelor and whatever on Hulu, right? So it's entirely tangible. A lot of people throughout the world in higher learning educations will, sit there and go, let's go watch Earl's videos and then reflect, and then we're going to, because it's only, 20 minutes. I make 6 videos a day. So let's see, 25 minutes. So 2 is 50 minutes. 3 is, okay. The Lord of the Rings is longer. The Wearer of the Ring, but Harry Potter, And these are way better than Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, or Sinners, or, K-pop, or whatever. Singing songs is fun, okay? Money gets children sexually trafficked and murdered, and people murdering each other to do it, okay? So You won an award for singing songs. How fun was that? Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear it. Just sing a song. I do all the time. And I don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Okay. I sit there and I go, okay, channel your best Clyde McPhatter. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Does she love me with all her heart? Should I worry when we're apart? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. Yo, does she need me as she pretends? Is this a game? When will I win? It's a lover's question. I like that song. I see why Mom liked it so much. I liked him so much. I'd like to know when she's not with me, if she's still true to me. I'd like to know when we're kissing. I can hear it better. I can hear myself sing better. Yeah, and I can feel a clarity in my mind a little better today. I hear less noise and clutter and insanity. Johnny Nash. Johnny Nash. Johnny Nash. Is it the Book of Daniel? It's the Book of Daniel. Okay, it's a propaganda movie with a bunch of whack jobs in it again. Yes, oh shit, it's coming back to me. If you kiss me like this, if you do me like that, it's all coming back to me, right? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me black. I got a lot to do today. I got to run down and get an air conditioner and get it in the garage and get it prepped. And then call JR within the next 2 days to, have him help me get up there and just set it into place. And then we'll just wire it real quick and fill it with water and whoosh, air conditioning, The Lowe's project. Hi, I'm a pip. I'm Mr. McCall. They're an ass, not me. I'm just being, facetious. Okay. I'm good at that. People will say, boy, that Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., that Messiah during the apocalypse, he was awfully facetious. Yeah, and obnoxious? Well, mostly facetious. They're obnoxious. He just reflects they're obnoxious to them. I am the light and I am the way. There you go. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Yes. Evident. And they're full of shit. And it's obvious, right? There we go. Okay. So, I'm still making my mind up. I'm sitting there going, do I put, I know I'm going to have Highlands and Western, but do I put Fort Lewis on or NAU on? Now, I've been to Flagstaff many times and I really like Flagstaff. I've only driven through Durango at night one time. That was good to me one time. And I've been to Vegas more than a couple of times and really liked it. And I've been to Silver more than a couple of times and really liked it. Been to Flagstaff more than Silver and Vegas, yeah. And really liked it. Love Oak Creek Canyon, yeah. But I'm playing in the Kibbe Dome. I like having the generic high school stadiums. Have you ever felt a gentle touch and then a kiss and then find it's only your imagination again? Now I can recruit and try to have all my old little, 5'10", 170-pound, 75-pound quarterbacks, with the dreads. My favorite rendering is medium dark 24. Okay. He's got dreads and okay. Yeah. So, yeah. And so, I'm trying to, I can get my smaller wide receivers and my 5'6", 190-pound running backs, stuff. I put them at cornerback and then move them back and then adjust their awareness appropriately because it was coach's decision. And I'm not going to punish the player for the coach wanting the player to be 5'9", 190 instead of 6 foot. Being a brown guy that looks like a black guy that plays running back instead of a big, white guy with a ponytail that's 6 foot tall, 225, 222 pounds. And, where'd this unicorn come from? Okay. He plays like he's Lamar Jackson, but he looks like my cousin. Okay. And so he's, what? I guess it's, no. I think they were rather ambitious with their genetic engineering back in 2013 at Electronic Arts. Oh, they are in Silicon Valley. Yeah, I'm as sick as the freakos in Silicon Valley since I sex trafficked, since I trafficked in LA. Now I'm trying to act like I'm sick. That's their whole thing. I think it is. I think the whole thing with Rob Reiner and the mom and all that stuff and everything, I think it's all a act to make it, to keep the business going. I think that's why the son went nuts. It makes sense. And it makes a lot of sense when you look at it that way. And because they're no different. They're all the same. And it's sad and it's sick, but it's all just a front, because I agree with the Republicans. The Democrats open up the borders, bring in criminals, and promote sex changes and pornography. And it's like, yeah, they do. They're honest hoes, right? And then the liberals are like, but the conservatives are self-righteous hypocrites who say they believe in Jesus and forgive debt and trespass one another, and then run and go invent horrible conditions for these criminals to turn into criminals. Now, they feel empathetic because they say that the conservatives invented these criminals and they're trying to rehabilitate them, right? And then the conservatives are like, no, they're going to criminals, and they're always going to be criminals, and we got to kill them all because you're all self-righteous hypocrites who act just like Jesus and Muhammad. Right. Wait a minute. How Pope Leo of me. Okay, do you understand? And so I agree with both of them. Okay. They're both equally addicted and sick and fucked, and it makes their kids behave in the same way. Hey, get your phone, either masturbate with other people on Skype and Messenger on your phone, or gamble with it so you don't have to go out to Las Vegas so you can lose or win your money and make your life, your kids and your wife completely miserable, or your husband miserable, because women do that too. Yes, they do. They do. Women masturbate with other people on their phones a lot because, the whole thing that gets people masturbating on phones is women naked. Yeah. Guys naked? No. Where's the naked woman? Yeah. Even the women. Yeah, it's better to see naked women. Why are naked women? Well, because you can live through naked women. Naked guys fucking each other in the ass. It's just a drug commercial. Oh, well, that sucks, isn't it? Yeah. But women having babies? There's hope that we can keep doing that. Well, no, we can clone now and put our brains on robots because everybody knows killing Kripke, killing Cooper's robot is sexy. Yeah, it's real fucking sexy. Okay, let's take a look at the tumor in that brain there. Okay, Andrew Huberman, sell me something. A bed, breakfast cereal, supplements. Everybody knows you need superfoods. I don't want superfoods. I want celery and carrots and eggs and bacon and exercise and fresh air and the chores, the stores. You are my wife. Goodbye, city life. Green Acres. We are there. Bum, 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 bum. Is that Arnold Ziffel? Bum, bum. That's what Jerry and Linda are trying to do. Yeah. But they've been Green Acres their whole life. They lived in Morenci. Yeah, they lived in Animas and Morenci, Plius and Morenci. Yeah, they've been in Green Acres their whole fucking life. Well, not exactly Green Acres. They've been in the cinematography of Hollywood, the new Hollywood of genocide. This is two genocidal hotbeds. Okay. And so people are attracted to the brain chemical addiction here. And so Hollywood's making lots of money here. And all the people there, they want to die. They're fucking crazy. They're like the guy covered in tattoos, getting out of the car, getting ready to go at it on the Sicaro movie. Live free or die. Live free or die. Give me liberty or give me death. If I can't traffic people sexually and sell the people I hate drugs, I'd rather die. So we really aren't going to have world peace until everybody has one of Elon Musk robots, huh? And then what? Then the peace will be, oh, wow, nobody's going to look at you. You pick your kids from the bottom of a long glass tube. You don't want your kids. Your kids hate you. Well, do you understand why your kids hate you? Okay. My kids are upset with me because they think of what I'm doing is crazy. And I'm like, okay, then do you want Elon Musk to adopt you? How about Andrew Womack? He can take you to Disneyland or Disney World and Hawaii. Kukuipo. Why would you want to go to Hawaii? All the natives are being forced off of through economic conflict, forced to Nevada, and all the assholes that live there are mass murderers and sex predators online that all are on the Epstein list files. It's like, why? Why do you want to go to Disneyland? The people that have the Epstein files are the people that stream us on Hulu. Rock creature. Help rock creature live. Help rock creature. Come on, Ryan Gosling. It's your density. Carol, they're sick. I know. I'm working on it. I'm pretty sure, I see why Adam Moses, David Jesus, John Earl was turned into a god. Because he saves all the children from the perversion of brain chemical addiction from all the people that call themselves adults but act like animals. Sir of the cow, the sir of the cow. I love you guys, even in the cave. Of course, life's eternal and grace is infinite. I love you in the morning and underneath the moon. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo.